All right, let's dive right in. You've probably heard the name, right? The Freemasons. For centuries, they've been this subject of just endless speculation and mystery. So, what does it actually mean to be a Mason? We're going to cut through all that and explore the core principles, really looking at what the fraternity itself says it's all about.
So this quote right here, this is basically the key to understanding the whole thing. See, Masonry isn't about, taking someone and completely changing them from the ground up. The entire philosophy is built on this idea of starting with men who are already good people, who already have a solid moral compass, and then giving them the tools to keep getting better. It's all about building on a foundation that's already there.
Okay, so you might be wondering, how does this self-improvement actually work? Well, it all happens inside this fellowship. It's a community of men who are, and this is key, incredibly diverse by design. This is not some exclusive club for just one type of person. In fact, its real strength comes from that intentional mix.
And the way they handle all that diversity is, well, it's pretty fascinating. The lodge itself is set up to be a place of unity. Think about it. Partisan politics, specific religious arguments, all of that is literally left at the door. The whole point is to create this neutral space where men from totally different backgrounds can come together as equals and just focus on that one shared goal, becoming better men.
And this list really drives that point home, doesn't it? I mean, inside a Masonic lodge, you could literally have a big-shot corporate executive sitting right next to a guy who works in construction, a politician next to a police officer. The key takeaway here is that your job title, your social status, none of that matters. Once you're in there, everyone is on the exact same level, just brothers.
All right, so this whole journey of self-improvement, it's not just some random, unstructured thing. Nope, it follows a very specific, very structured path. It's called the 3 degrees, and it's a path that every single member walks. So, the journey has 3 main steps. You start as an entered apprentice, then you become a fellow craft, and finally you become a master mason. You can kind of think of each degree as a different chapter in your learning, right? Each one is designed to teach you specific moral and philosophical lessons. And it's really important to get this. It's not like climbing a corporate ladder to get a promotion. It's way more of a personal journey, a personal climb.
But here's the thing. Even though it's a personal journey, you are absolutely not doing it alone. And that's because at the very heart of being a Mason is this idea of brotherhood. It's this incredibly powerful support system, and it's all built on a foundation of just unwavering trust.
So when they use the word brother, what does that actually mean? Well, it is so much more than just a friendly term. It's a pledge, an allegiance to one another. We're not talking about a casual friendship here. This is a deep, serious commitment to have each other's backs, creating this network that is completely confidential and totally reliable.
And this is a really, really important point to understand. The kind of support system you find in Masonry, with that promise of total secrecy, is described as being just fundamentally different from anything else out there. It's not like posting something on social media where you might get judged, or even talking to family who might not fully get it. It's designed from the ground up to be a totally secure space, a place where you can be vulnerable and ask for help without any fear at all.
Okay, you knew we had to go here, right? You just can't talk about Freemasonry without talking about the symbols, especially that famous one, the square and compasses. There is so much mystery and crazy speculation out there about it, so let's just break down what it actually represents. So let's just get this out of the way right now. The emblem has 0, and I mean 0, dark or demonic meaning. I don't care what you've seen in the movies. What it actually represents is something they call the working tools of our life. They're basically metaphors for how to build a better you.
Let's actually look at the pieces. First, you've got the square. That's your daily reminder to be honest, to act with integrity, to, square your actions with your values. Then you have the compasses. That's all about self-control. It's a symbol for keeping your desires and passions in check. And then there's the G in the middle, which is really fascinating. It actually stands for 2 things: God, meaning a belief in a higher power, and geometry, which represents logic and reason.
Okay, so finally, this whole journey of improving yourself and supporting your brothers, it isn't just an internal thing. It's not just about you. It's meant to have a real impact out in the world by focusing on community, on charity, and on being part of a legacy that's way, way bigger than any one person. And this outward focus really rests on a few key ideas. First, Masons are expected to give back to their local communities through charity work and just by having a genuine affection for society. And this next point is absolutely crucial. Members are actually encouraged to be more active in their own place of worship, whatever that may be. Masonry is there to support a man's personal faith, not to replace it. That's a big one.
And this quote, this one really just nails it, doesn't it? When you boil it all down, beyond all the personal growth, Masonry is about plugging into something, a purpose, a history that is so much bigger than yourself. It's about being a small part of a very, very long and timeless tradition.
So, when you strip away all the mystery and the noise, what are we left with? These Masonic symbols, they're really just metaphors, right? They're metaphors for the tools that all of us need to build a good life. You know, tools like honesty, self-control, and integrity. And that really just leaves one final question for you to think about. Forget about Masonry for a second. What are the working tools that you use every single day to build a better version of yourself?